Hi Capricorn, welcome to your January 2019 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. That's my cord. That is, I have to plug in. Ooh, interesting. Wow, that makes perfect sense, that last card. I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay. So the heart of the matter is the Queen of Cups. And by the way, you know, I have my Himalayan salt lamp on because my bulb above burned out. So I've been doing these readings with a little bit of dimness at night. And it seems like it's the way I've got it positioned, it might actually work out pretty well. But anyway, this is a card of a lot of psychic energy and creativity. And, you know, this is a double feminine energy, the Queen of Cups. And this could be you for whatever reason. Of course, you have your solar return right now, so the sun is in your sign. But you are somebody who has, you know, been dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of transits to your sign. Saturn in your sign, Pluto in your sign, and now the South Node in your sign. And especially with the South Node dealing with karma, it may be that something, and also with Pluto, yeah, you know, what am I talking about? Saturn is the Lord of karma. So all these positions or transits in your sign may actually be sparking you spiritually in some way. And that can be really good for you because you may be kind of like, you know, have an awareness come to you regarding the issue of your spiritual life, or maybe even having psychic experiences in some way. But if this is not you, this could be... Oh, and by the way, I would say even if you're just artistic, if you're kind of like exploring that more, if it's not you, this would be a mother or some older woman, maybe perhaps that you look on as a mother or a grandmother, especially if she's a water sign, because she'll be more gentle. This is a very kind-hearted person. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. What crosses you is the Six of Pentacles, and this is a card of give and take. So, you know, an example would be, let's say that you are giving birth, maybe for the first time, and you're a woman who is... yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be the first pregnancy, but let's say that it is, and you have a career, and you're trying to get that kind of, you know, maternity leave, paid maternity leave, or something like that, because the Six of Pentacles in the challenge position could be your employer who's not being fair about it. Maybe you have been treated more harshly than other female employees about taking time off for this particular reason, and it might feel a bit like you might think that they're being unfair to you, that they're not you know, treating you like you deserve to be treated. It can be too that this is you and your partner, where now that you're at home, when I see a double feminine energy, it could be like that, almost like that fourth house in astrology, home and family, Cancer's house. And yeah, this card actually connects with Cancer. So this is, your opposite sign, Capricorn. And you may just be feeling like vulnerable because your partner may be the one who's standing above you and you're like on your knees, you know, trying to get a few coins there. And they're almost like taking advantage of the fact that they're the sole breadwinner. And, you know, you feel like a bit in that inferior position, or perhaps a position of like, not inferior, but like powerless, okay? And they might be taking advantage of that fact in some way. So there's that possibility, and maybe even something connected to, like, if you are with someone who has a child with another woman, this person somehow they may be trying to take more than is necessary for, and using it like as an excuse because they have a child and, you know, the child support issue, something along those lines. The higher message is the Four of Swords. So whatever is going on here, you are being advised spiritually to withdraw. You can see this is the best depiction of the Four of Swords that I have seen. This is the Rider-Waite deck illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith. The deck that I normally use is the Morgan Greer deck, and that deck doesn't fully show, like what I was trying to say is the person praying. So there is that retreat, that there is that repose or rest and rejuvenation that card represents. However, it may be that you really need to kind of like take a step back from whatever the situation is in order to fully be able to know what your next move is. So in a workplace situation, if you feel like somebody is not being fair to you in terms of the office, you may decide to just withdraw totally from that situation and let it rest, let it be, because the other person may not give in, even if you have even if you are somebody who is wanting to take off. They may not, and you have a good reason. If you're pregnant, for instance, they may not appreciate that. They're just looking at the bottom line. You know, we're talking about the Six of Pentacles. We're talking about money here. They may not care what your needs are. And so by withdrawing from that situation, you allow yourself to really get your head clear about what you should do. And what is happening right now, here's another card that's connected to Cancer. The Six of Cups. So I don't know if this is a timing card, because we are, you do have the North Node in your 7th house. Now, the interesting thing about this card is that it's also the Soulmate card. So it could be saying that if you're having any kind of problems in a relationship, Capricorn, there may be somebody, possibly from the past. The Six of Cups can also depict the past, childhood, for instance, who you get reunited with, who is your true love. Or with the North Node transiting that 7th house, your soulmate that you perhaps never met in your lifetime, in this lifetime, coming into this incarnation at some time in the next 18 months, or now we would say 16 months. So that could be very exciting. So the bottom line is that in order to kind of like understand that life is, I call it a juicy novel, that is just exciting. It's like a page turner. You know, what's going to happen next? you have to kind of cultivate that attitude. I think with the Four of Swords, it is about maybe restructuring your thoughts in a way. Even though I'm sure a lot of people would kind of even talk about resting from your thoughts, allowing your thoughts not to dominate. And that's how you heal. You know, I see the Four of Swords as a card of healing, but I think of it also as, to me, getting clear on your mentality so that you can make proper decisions. And by removing yourself from others, and by doing a lot of maybe praying or meditating, trying to kind of hone in on a vision for your life. And but the thing with the Six of Cups is remembering a time that was idyllic. And usually in childhood, unless you happen to be watching this for Capricorn rising and you feel like you didn't have that good of a childhood, which sometimes happens when Capricorn is on the ascendant. But that feeling of being carefree, of having, pure joy in your life. A lot of people remember when life wasn't so heavy and they just had that kind of feeling can be cultivated and can come back. Especially if you feel like you've been in a situation with somebody who's controlling and they don't really care about your needs. They're just, the money is what it's all about. And this is like a power play maybe even. What's coming in is the Five of Pentacles. What I would say, this is poverty consciousness. Look for how you are pessimistic. Isn't it interesting that this card is a Pentacles? And you see the people, now they are down and out, right? And by the way, if this is a workplace situation, this could speak about being unemployed, for instance. Now, if that's the case, that's because of something that happened because of some kind of a salary dispute. I mean, that's what I see with the Six of Pentacles. Now, isn't it interesting, Capricorn, that I drew two sixes, one being the Six of Cups and one being the Six of Pentacles. The number 6 connects with Venus, and Venus is about beauty and harmony, okay? Now, with the Six of Pentacles, there is an inharmonious situation monetarily. And that's what I'm saying, that you may be having a dispute either domestically with your partner about money and the fairness. Maybe you feel like they're flaunting their authority, their power, being the breadwinner over you, or that in the workplace that you may feel the sense of like, maybe even as a woman, that you're not getting paid. I mean, as a woman, I don't believe that women are paid less. But there may be instances here and there where you do find out as a woman that your male colleague is being paid more, and you're pissed off about it. And yet, this may be where it gets you. It's like in the unemployment line. Now, this is about being down and out. Now, you see the people, and one's on crutches, the other one is just hunched over. But look at the background. Now, that is a stained glass window, which is supposed to symbolize spirituality, religion. They are not looking there. They are focused on their own misery. And I would even say crying poor with Capricorn. I think that that is a game that Capricorn plays. Oh, I don't have the resources, because they don't want, it could be like a manipulation tool or what have you that you are employing in order to get people off your back, for instance, and not have to deal with it. But I would say in this particular case that either you are placing too much emphasis on the material and it's creating exactly what you don't want in your life. You're too narrow in your thinking, where you are too afraid of some kind of financial calamity, that you are allowing this imbalance in your life. And you may not be happy about it, but you may be acting very passively with the Queen of Cups. You may be like taking it because you don't want to make waves, because you're afraid of the unemployment line, and that is creating disharmony in your life. Who knows? But in terms of a romantic partner, remember that Six of Cups, because you may be like with the Five of Pentacles, you may be saying, look, I'm not happy with how I'm being treated in my current relationship, but what if I was all alone? And there's that Six of Cups, that soulmate card, kind of suggesting that you're never alone, that there is somebody there, you know, out there for you. But the universe, you know, they say, what do they say? Nature abhors a vacuum. So that means that you have to create the space for a soulmate to come in. You cannot, you know, just hedge your bets and stay with somebody that you're not happy with, and think, well, maybe if such and such person comes back into my life, then I'll leave my current partner. I think you have to act by honoring yourself. If if you're in a situation like the Six of Pentacles, where, you know, your partner's taking advantage of the fact that you're raising your child, there, you know, the both of your child, and you are being the one sacrificing your career for that, and their response is to kind of lord it over you. That person doesn't sound very loving, you know. So I don't know if there are probably many permutations of this particular spread that you may feel that are true for you. The outcome is the Fool card. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards. Now, one thing that I never really focused on was the I looked at the sack. It looks like there's a face there, which is kind of weird. But I never focused on the backdrop, which with the yellow. Yellow is the color of the third chakra, which is the power chakra. And the Fool card connects to Uranus, the planet that deals with sudden change, you know, total independence, nonconformity. And of course, your ruler, Saturn, is all about conforming to tradition. So the Fool card suggests to me, Capricorn, that you may cut yourself loose of a situation that feels really restrictive. And you're going to feel that freedom, and you're going to feel that total blank slate, the zero, the pure potential of a new beginning. Oh, and here we go. Solar eclipse in your sign, January 5th. 15 degrees of Capricorn. So you do have these this very powerful new moon in your sign to jumpstart the year. So who knows, maybe that's part of all of this. And no, not to focus on that exact date, because with the eclipses, it can really be longer than that, even before the actual date. You may be feeling it right now if you're, watching before January 5th. And as I record this, the sun is in your sign. And I think whenever the sun is in a cardinal sign, we feel that urge to act. We feel that urge to kind of make changes. Well, eclipses make the change for you, whether you like it or not. So the more that you can go along for the ride and enjoy it, the better. And I think with the Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords, Capricorn, really going within will be your friend. Okay, that's what I have for you. Happy birthday, Capricorn, also. I wanted to say that. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. I wish you a wonderful solar return and also new moon, solar eclipse, and January in general. Bye.